Hello, everyone. This hour's class is on time. We will be going over vocabulary words and idioms and proverbs related to time. My name is Holly, and I will be the trainer for this hour. This class is for intermediate to advanced level students, and we will be going over vocabulary words related to time. Such thing as a fortnight or a decade, a century, a year. And it should be an interesting topic. So I look forward to whoever comes today. I'm in Idaho, where it is now almost 3 a.m. And I believe that in Japan and Korea, it would be 7 p.m. And in Mexico, it's 4 a.m. Brazil, it's 7 a.m. The Ukraine, Finland, Greece, parts of Russia, it would be maybe 10 a.m. Maybe noon, because I think that Spain is about 11 a.m. at this time. So, yeah, I'm just guessing, of course, because it's something that I do. Again, my name is Holly, and I will be the trainer for this hour. And we will be doing an intermediate to advanced level vocabulary exercise on time. We will be going over vocabulary words, adjectives related to time, phrases related to time, as well as idioms related to time. And of course, as always, one of the main points is for people to practice speaking as much as they possibly can. So let me show you the plan for today. So first of all, we'll go through these vocabulary words, and then we'll look at some time adjectives, time phrases, and then we'll do a practice on the time phrases. We'll work with idioms with time, and then of course we will discuss and we will talk about different issues related to time. So if you have a ticket and a subscription, I would appreciate it if you would come and we could practice English with each other. So first of all, you can follow me if you are interested in my background on Facebook. I can be found at Verbling Teacher Holly. Hello, how are you?
Hello, I'm fine, and you?
Very good. So Leticia, is that how you say your name?
Yes, Leticia.
Awesome. And where are you from, Leticia?
I'm from Spain.
Spain, awesome. And so let me guess, in Spain, is it 11 a.m.?
Yeah, 11 a.m. exactly.
I'm starting to get the times without just like I don't know. So
that's great.
I'm actually in the U.S. and I'm a night owl, so it's 3 a.m. here, and
3 a.m. Okay.
Yeah. So that's why I was like, okay, what time is it? Usually I know the time in Spain from about midnight, but then I don't know because I'm usually asleep.
Exactly. Yeah. And in the United States, the time is very diverse because it depends on the part of the United States you come from. So
that's true. It's true because you guys you're 8 hours from me. I'm in the Mountain Time zone, and so you're 6 hours from New York, in the East Coast.
Mm-hmm.
and 9 hours from California.
Okay. Yeah.
And then Hawaii, I don't even know what that would be. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Much
So,
later. Yeah.
yeah. So tell me about yourself, Leticia.
Well, about myself, I'm a teacher. I'm a history and geography teacher.
Uh-huh.
I
Geography.
work, yeah, geography and history.
Okay.
Although it's a little bit strange because I studied history at university,
Uh-huh.
but here in Spain, if you become a teacher, a history teacher, you have to teach geography as well.
Yeah, exactly. I just remember when I was in school, I ended up taking more geography than I took history.
Oh, yeah.
It just because my
But
family kept moving and we changed school district and they would have the classes at different times, so or different
but did you learn geography of the world, world geography, worldwide geography,
uh,
or yes,
geography is how it's pronounced. Yeah,
geography? Yeah.
geography. What I remember is the only part of the world that I actually did not learn much about was Africa.
Okay.
And we learned like the top 4 or 5 countries in Africa, but none of the rest. But yeah, we would usually I think I think remember 8th grade was geography, and maybe 10th grade, and I know 6th grade was, and
Hmm.
so it's but we'd go to a part of the world, and we'd study that part, and we would learn the areas, but we would also learn a little bit about the culture as well. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, which is why I find it really amazing that stereotypically Americans don't know anything about geography because we took it in
Yeah.
school. So at
Yeah.
least, at least I did. So
Yeah, maybe it's the way it's taught, yeah, if it's all about memorizing things, countries, cities, capitals around the world, then you forget all those things because it's not meaningful for you.
yeah,
So,
I think
yeah.
I think that's probably how a lot of the teachers probably approach it, just because I think though teachers who actually left their country, who had
Mm.
actually traveled, probably approach it differently. And
Mhm.
now in this time of age where more people are traveling and the world has gotten smaller, um, possibly it's different
Yeah.
because
Mm.
people are traveling more. But when I was a kid, it was back in the 70s and 80s. So it
Mm.
was at that time people weren't traveling. So I would agree with you. I do remember at university, one of
Mm.
one of my friends who was from Bangalore, India, one of my best friends
Mm.
still, and he gave me a states test. He said,
Uh,
"Holly, Americans don't know the states," and I, of course, passed it with flying colors. So,
oh.
but but I think
Yeah.
I might get confused now with some but yeah. So
Yeah.
so what age do you teach? Is it high school or
Yeah, I teach in a secondary school. Secondary
mhm,
school. So I teach children from 12 years old to 16 years
mhm,
old.
mhm.
Yeah.
Do you teach in a private or public?
Mixed private. It's here in Spain we have public schools. Most of them are public, and then we
Mhm.
have some private schools, and then we have another category of schools which are founded by the government,
Uh-huh.
okay, but
Uh-huh.
are ruled independently.
Ah,
Okay,
okay.
so they are mixed private schools.
Is
Yeah,
that
mixed private. So I
have you
teach in a
heard
mixed private school, and
okay, so a private public school. Have you ever heard of in the States where they have these called charter schools? Have you heard about them?
it rings a bell. Yeah, but I'm not sure about it. Yeah.
Yeah, because the charter schools are actually they're public schools in that they're free, but they not everybody is accepted to go there, and so it's like a private school. And they're smaller,
Okay.
and they've pretty much been started by parents or a parent organization that started it,
Mhm.
and they'll have a different theme. Like there's a a public charter school in the next town where I live in that is bilingual,
Okay.
Spanish and English.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
and my nephew goes to a charter school that is it's a technical school. It's so it goes he will be studying more technology
All
and
right.
science and stuff like that. But they're free, and that's so they're like the private schools but free. So it sounds like similar to what you've
Yeah,
described.
similar, but mixed private schools here, they follow the normal curriculum.
Hmm.
They are yeah, almost like public schools, you know. But yes, they are funded by the government, so it's they are free of charge in
Uh-huh.
general. Although some of them are located on the outskirts of a city, so children they have to pay for the bus and
Uh-huh.
for the school meals, you know. So
Hmm.
yeah, but it depends. So yeah, yeah. But I think it sounds quite similar, yeah, to charter
Yeah.
school.
Yeah. No, my understanding is that Spain is unique in the fact that there are a lot of private schools. So, um, do the other European countries also have private schools?
Yeah, I think so. In England, for example, in the UK, they have well, they have public schools, but for them, they call public
Yeah, it's different.
to private schools. You know, it doesn't
Yeah,
make much sense.
they call
Yeah,
yeah,
it's the other way around. For them,
yeah,
public or private, and then they have state schools which are
yeah.
public. Yeah. So yes, they have a similar system, and then they have another category of the schools which are independent or something like that. Yes, it's very complicated. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Okay, yeah. Do you know, since you know the difference with the UK schools, are you familiar with what Americans consider a state school?
No, no, I'm not
Okay.
familiar with it.
A state school in the U.S. This is American English. I'll type it in, but it's kind of funny when I learned about the British system and the vocabulary and how and comparing it to the U.S. A state school in American English is um, is a mental hospital,
Okay.
and so I was very surprised. That when that a state school is in British English is a public school in the rest of the world, and so because I was like, so it's really possible in between Americans and British to really get things confused, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
was like I had to laugh though because it is so different. You know,
Exactly.
a mental hospital, is not the same. So, all right. Well, let's
Yeah.
go ahead and get started on the topic, and maybe some
Okay.
people will show up as we get started. The topic is on time, and this is a vocabulary topic, and so hopefully you learn some new words. If not, you'll
Okay.
just get a
Mm-hmm.
chance to just talk. So what we're going to do is these are some different words. We've got a decade, a fortnight, a century, a year, a millennium, a second, a split second, and a generation. Do you know all of these words?
Yeah, I think I'm quite familiar with all of them. Yeah.
Awesome, awesome. Okay, so let's answer the questions below. What event typically lasts a fortnight? If you can think of anything, just tell me about it.
A fortnight. What event? I don't know. Fortnight, I think it's 2 weeks.
Yes, that's my
It's
understanding. It's British
yeah.
English, so.
Fortnight. What event typically lasts a fortnight, 2 weeks? I don't know. Uh,
I'm trying to
I
think of
can
something as well.
I cannot think of anything right now. I don't know. 2 weeks.
I just looked at the answers here
Mm.
in this worksheet, and actually what they wrote, and this is something you wouldn't know unless you are familiar with this sport, but apparently a tennis tournament lasts 2 weeks.
Okay. Oh yeah, I didn't know that.
I didn't know
I'm
that
not. No,
either.
I'm not very into tennis. So.
Yeah, yeah, okay. Um, I wonder, like the World Cup, how long does that last usually?
Sorry?
The World Cup, any of the
Oh,
or the Olympics? Doesn't the Olympics last 2 weeks?
the Olympics. Yeah, or three, maybe two, three, or almost an entire month. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I've got to Google that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, what spanned a millennium? Can you think of something that spanned a millennium?
A millennium. For example, the Middle Ages.
Okay, okay. I'm just Googling the Olympics. So, the Middle Ages, or
Yeah.
the what this says is the Roman Empire, but Middle Ages could have lasted a millennium
Yeah,
as
yeah,
well.
because it started around the 5th century and it
Hmm.
ended in the 15th, 16th century. So,
Hmm.
yeah,
Okay, okay, and also the Roman Empire
the
lasted.
Roman Empire, yeah.
Yeah, of course you're a history teacher, so of course you would know this kind of stuff, right?
Well, more or less. Kind of, kind of.
Yeah. No, I never took European history, but my sister did. So,
Okay.
um, okay, what changes every generation?
What changes? The people.
Oh, of course, okay, that's an answer. The people. What else? Anything else?
What changes? Maybe what's fashionable? The
Okay.
things that are fashionable. Yeah, fashion.
Fashion.
Yeah.
Hmm. Music.
Uh, music as well. Yeah. Technology.
Uh-huh. Well, right now, yeah, especially.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Yeah.
yeah, culture in general. I think music,
Hmm.
cinema. Yeah, all these things.
Yeah. Have you ever wondered what life will be like in 80 years?
Oh, yeah, it's very difficult to imagine because we live in a society in which things change change very rapidly. So it's almost impossible to imagine
Hmm.
how things would be in 80 years.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
exactly.
it's very difficult. Yeah,
I
uh,
wonder, I wonder what our forefathers thought about what life would be like, at this
mm,
time of year,
yeah, and also science fiction books. They prove to most of the time they prove to be wrong because they aren't able to predict and to imagine all the changes that occur in a society.
Yeah,
So yeah,
exactly.
they
Well,
they they become old-fashioned very quickly.
uh-huh. Well, it's like I remember the movie from the 80s, Back to the Future, the Back to the Future
Yeah,
trilogy.
yes.
Wasn't he supposed to have gone to the future in 2015? Wasn't that
Sorry. Yeah,
it's from 85,
yeah,
1985, 30 years into the future?
yeah.
It's 2015. So
Exactly.
they had the flying cars. From
Yeah.
so and when I want a flying car,
Yeah. Yeah, some things are yeah, yeah, they but if you look at the general I don't know the general aspect or
Mhm.
look of the film, everything seems very old, so even though
Yeah.
they were able to imagine flying cars, they couldn't predict other things
Hmm.
that changed dramatically. So yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. So yeah, so they really, I think from that movie though, I remember watching something that the directors actually said is they said they really can't predict the future, so they made it funny.
Exactly. It looks funny today nowadays.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So they,
There is a book, 1984, and
uh-huh,
I think it was written in the 40s or 50s, and
uh-huh,
it imagined a society ruled by the Big Brother, yeah,
mm-hmm,
and but I think we have experimented those kinds of
uh-huh. Okay.
dictatorship, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so we have not experienced instead of experimented.
Oh, I see.
Experience. Yeah.
Experience. Okay.
Yeah. So we haven't experienced what the book has described. Maybe a little bit, but
Exactly.
nothing like what the books described.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, have you ever wondered about Big Brother? You know, if Big Brother is really really so,
Well, I think it's not as evident maybe as it was thought in that book.
mhm,
But I think we have in our society we have elements of a big brother, you know.
mhm.
For
Yeah.
example, I don't know how to pronounce this word, surveillance.
Surveillance, yeah.
Yeah, surveillance. Yeah, and well, the fact that, for example, technology like smartphones,
Uh-huh.
and the fact that they can be hacked very easily, so people who you don't know can have access to your private life, to your own
Mhm.
information. Those kind of things, they look pretty similar to a society ruled by a big brother.
Mhm. Yeah, exactly.
Mm.
I heard about a special on TV where um actually the government organizations like in the US the FBI or the CIA and
Hmm.
you know in your country you have a different organization but apparently they actually have the technology with all of our smartphones to actually turn them
Hmm.
on when they're off and spy on us.
Hmm.
You know,
Exactly.
I mean whether they would I don't think I'd ever get on their radar to do that except for right now, you know, talking about it. So
Yeah.
but yeah, but that was really interesting. I thought, oh well, you know, or turn on the web camera. You know, there is that technology. So I'm like, okay, I now shut my laptop when I'm not actually teaching. so
Yeah.
so okay, let's go to the next one.
Okay.
What takes a split second?
Split second. What takes a split second? I don't know, to blink, for example.
Okay, blink is a good answer. And
Uh,
taking a photo, a digital photo,
yeah,
maybe.
exactly. Or um, to
Breathe.
well, yeah, breathe, exactly. Well, I was going to say to turn on your computer, to start your computer, but no, it
No,
takes more
that's
than a split of a second. Yeah,
yeah. Takes 3 to 5 minutes,
exactly. Yeah,
depending on the computer.
yeah, especially if you have an old computer. Yeah.
Hmm. Or
Um,
or to turn on the TV. That works.
okay. Yeah.
Um, brush your hair, brush brush your teeth. No, I think the dentist would
Yeah.
be upset if we said that it takes a split second to brush our teeth. So you know, 'cause don't they want us to brush our teeth about 3 minutes at a time, 3 to 5 minutes?
Exactly.
So, okay, let's go on. Time adjectives. So we've got brief. Excuse me, I apologize for my coughing.
Don't
Brief,
worry.
eternal, long-term, temporary, and timeless. So do you know all of these words?
Yeah, I think
Oh,
so.
okay. Okay. So repairing your laptop. Oh, go ahead and read number one and see you can put
Uh,
the right word in. If you could read.
repairing, yeah,
Mhm.
repairing your laptop again is just uh, a temporary solution.
Okay.
You really need to buy a new one.
And when was the last time you bought a new one, Leticia?
I think this one, my current laptop, it's 2 years old. Yeah, 2 years
Uh-huh.
ago. Yeah.
Okay. Uh-huh. I bought one on Monday,
Oh.
but I'm not using it.
All right.
But
It's a difficult decision to buy which one to buy, you know?
uh-huh.
Well,
Yeah.
it's quite well. It took me a long time to make my mind up, you know,
Mhm.
to decide because
Yeah.
you have a lot of on offer, so with different characteristics. So yeah.
Yeah. I leased one in June, and I thought I was going to just pay for it and buy it, and it turned out it was the wrong one. I couldn't actually stream video and surf the internet at the same time because the memory
Mm.
was so low, and I was like, I can't teach with this. so so
Uh,
so I took it back, and somebody else found another one for me. So hi,
uh,
Aka. Hello,
Yes,
Ake.
hello. How are you?
Do you know
Mhm.
Leticia?
Uh, I don't know. Sorry.
Okay,
Could be. I don't know. Yeah.
Leticia, this is Ake from Japan. He's a graduate
okay. Nice to
graduate
meet you.
student, and
Yeah.
Leticia is a history and geography teacher from Spain.
Oh, nice to meet
So
you.
Yeah. The same to you.
yeah. So the last, for some reason, I don't know. Today, like 3-4 hours ago, I was in class, and we had a few more people
Mhm.
show, and then for technical reasons they left, and it
Uh-huh.
was Araceli. Do you know her, Araceli?
Yes, I know. Yes.
Leticia, do you know her?
Yeah,
Yeah, she's an
I met her in my first class here in
okay.
Harbin. Yeah.
Yeah, well, she's a math teacher. So
Okay.
so her and I started talking about teaching, and we got into this topic about teaching, and then then Ake shows up as well.
Okay.
Oh, Victor, welcome back. Hi, Victor.
Hi,
So
Fade.
so
Glad to see you again.
yeah, it's nice to see you. It's been a couple hours. So we're just going over time adjectives. Do you guys know these words? Brief, eternal, long-term, temporary, and timeless. Are you familiar with these words? Yes, no? If not, wonderful, then we can learn it. So, okay,
Yes.
could you read number 2?
Okay. The band's music is blank. Almost every generation can enjoy it. Is eternal.
Actually, there's another one.
Timeless.
Timeless, yeah.
Eternal. Yeah.
Yeah, timeless. Okay, so if you can think of a band, all three of you, what is there what band, in your opinion, is timeless?
For me, for example, Police,
Uh-huh.
it's time. Yeah, it's timeless because I can listen to them again and again, and I don't get bored or tired. Yeah.
Okay. What do you think, Ake?
The Beatles,
Uh-huh.
because the modern music is based on the music that they created in
Okay.
60s.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. What do you think, Victor? In your opinion, what band's music is timeless?
Timeless. It means when the music live for a long time.
Yeah, and basically it's timeless in the fact that every generation can enjoy it. So like the Beatles or
Yes.
and Leticia said Police. What band do you think?
Scorpions, for me, it's the best music.
Scorpions?
Yes, it's timeless music.
Okay, I see, and I'm not even familiar with it.
Really?
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me though, because but I did think of. I'm surprised for me. I'm surprised that I thought of 2 answers for this question though. For me, ABBA is timeless, and the Beach Boys.
Okay.
So, but okay, number 3. Victor, can you do that one?
Many religions, yes.
Yeah, many religions.
Many religions believe in blank life after death.
Okay. And which one? Which word would it be?
Actually, I'm a little bit stuck. I don't know.
Okay. Anybody know?
Eternal?
Eternal, yeah. Eternal life, yeah. So basically, a lot of religions, the religions that believe in eternal life, believe that once we die, we'll never die again. We'll always live in heaven or wherever it is that they believe.
Oh, I
Okay.
didn't hear that word.
Yeah. So that's eternal life is that you'll never die again. You'll live forever and ever. So. Yeah, okay. Let's go on to number 4. Leticia, can you do that one?
Yeah, scientists are reaching long-term solutions to the problem of global warming.
Okay, and let's say this third word again. Scientists are researching.
Oh, sorry, are researching long-term.
Yeah, I think you read reaching. I think that's probably what you thought.
Okay.
So yeah, okay. So long-term solutions. Okay. To the problem of global warming. Question for you guys. This might be a hot topic. I don't know. I have heard that some people don't believe that global warming is true. Have you guys heard that?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. What do you guys think? Is global warming true, or is it just a myth?
In my impression, the summer here is getting hotter compared with my childhood.
Oh, okay.
And usually, current last summer was the hottest, 35, 30, sometimes 37 Celsius. It never happened in my
in your life.
Especially when I was a kid.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you think, Leticia? Do you believe in global warming, or?
Well, I as I teach geography, some time ago I read an article which said that the United Nations, a commission of the United Nations, had concluded that global warming was due to human action, so that we human beings were responsible of global warming.
Okay, so we were responsible for.
They were. I think that the article said that was true in 95%.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, something like that. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. And what do you think, Victor?
Actually, I also feel it on myself. When in my childhood, the winters were more colder. Than now. Yes, colder than now, and summer also hotter.
Okay, the summer's hotter and the winters used to be colder. Okay.
Yes, to be colder and colder, and I don't know. The reason maybe is not. I don't know what is the reason. Maybe it's not because people make some pollution. I don't know, and maybe it's just maybe it's normal. I don't know, but I believe in that. But I don't know what's the reason. It's people or just nature.
Yeah, I as at least I know 2 of you, Leticia. I don't know if you know. I lived in Europe for 11 years, and I just automatically assumed that everybody believed in global warming because it was obvious. It's the winters are not as cold, the summers are hotter. There's the way we are with the environment and everything. To me, it's just like, of course. And I came back to the States, and I was shocked with the number of conservatives that don't believe that it's true.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
sorry, a couple of words. Now, I can't imagine our life in my city without a condition.
Air conditioning?
Conditioning equipment, yes.
Do you mean air conditioning in the summertime?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, air conditioning, because they are too hot sometimes in summer.
Yeah.
But in past it was not so hot like now.
Okay, yeah. It was like in Finland, they don't have air conditioning because it doesn't get more than 26 or 30 very often. So,
yeah. Can I make a point? Yeah, because I think we have to. Well, we should differentiate between our experiences as individuals and global patterns. And scientists they study global patterns. So sometimes we are aware of things that, well, as individuals are not meaningful or are not, it's difficult to generalize from our individual experiences because, yes. So, but I do it myself, sometimes when it's very common here, for example, in Spain, when the summer is very hot, to say, oh, that's due to the climate change and things like that. But I don't know. I don't know if that's a global pattern caused by contamination, pollution, or due to, I don't know, to the own regulation of the Earth. So. Yeah.
Or the ozone layer, or whatever. We don't really know. We just see the effects, but we don't really know exactly what it is. Yeah. Okay. Let's go to number 5.
Sorry, one point also. And main things which makes me scared, afraid. I don't know. It's
concerned, maybe.
I don't know. Maybe scared.
Okay.
It's happened in short time. I can notice it in 10 years, and it's very short time for history, for life, planet. I don't know. In that 10 years, the weather become more hotter.
It's become hotter.
And, after the Industrial Revolution, human released a lot of CO2. We've never released in the history. So I'm doubting the relation of the kind of such human related releasing gas and global warming. And some literature says it's not because of the human activity, but maybe most in academic consensus global warming is happening, and researchers. And some people, American people deny that. But I don't know, I'm not a researcher, so, but my impression, and sometimes it's human intuition that says something.
Yeah. But human intuition is good, but we need to look at the researchers and say,
In total, I believe global warming.
Yeah. Okay, let's go to number 5. Okay, could you do that one for a?
Okay, for a brief moment, you could see dolphins in the distance.
Yeah. And what do we talk about dolphins? I don't know what to say about them. Anybody have anything? Oh, let's look at these adjectives. These are synonyms of these. We've got momentary, permanent, provisional, everlasting, and enduring. So, what are the what is the synonym of momentary?
Temporary?
No.
Kind of. Sorry, go ahead.
Brief.
Yes, it is brief. So momentary is actually a synonym of brief. So.
Okay.
Okay. Permanent.
Long term.
Okay, yeah, long term. It's a long term. Actually, a question for you. As far as writing goes, what is when you have words that have a hyphen like this, like long term, when do you put the hyphen in and when do you leave it out? Do you guys know?
Yeah, you put the hyphen when they act as adjectives.
Mm-hmm. When it's before like long-term solutions. But if you say, for example, the solutions are long-term, that because it's not before solutions, then the solution is long-term. I'm sorry. Say solution is long-term. In this respect, you do not put the hyphen, even though it's the same word, but because it's not before the noun or the subject, then you do not put the hyphen in. So that's just a FYI for you guys as far as writing goes. Provisional. Which one would that be?
Temporary.
Yes, temporary. And can you guys think of a time provisional would be used? Because temporary is used more. Provisional government or provisional leadership. A lot of times when it's temporary, we'll use provisional. And it's before an election or something like that. Something has happened.
Oh, provisional.
Yeah. Everlasting. Which word would that be?
Eternal.
Eternal, okay. And enduring then would be timeless. So everlasting life, eternal life is used a lot in a lot of religions. Christianity, I know for sure. I think in Islam as well, they talk about everlasting life or eternal life. Okay, now choose 5 adjectives from this exercise. Let's just for time's sake, why don't each one of you guys choose 1 adjective and create your own sentence? So, who wants to go first? Whoever wants to go first can speak. I'll let you volunteer. Okay. Victor?
Okay. I want to use brief.
Okay.
Before we delivered our file, our game on production, we made a brief test before.
Okay. We made a brief test. Okay. Brief test. Okay, that is good. We can also change that to you can do this. We briefly tested the game before we sent it to production.
Okay.
So either one of them are right. They're both grammatically correct and stuff. I'm just giving you some alternative ways. So we briefly tested that's being used as an adverb there. But okay, let's for Leticia or Aka. Okay, do you have a word, a sentence?
We have to use all words.
Oh no, he just used one.
Okay, I got it.
No,
sorry.
that would be difficult.
Yeah, I was thinking hardly about that.
Sorry, one question, small question.
Yes.
But in that case, which I made before, the best way to use brief instead of momentary. And momentary I also can use.
See, before we delivered our game to production, we made a momentary test. No, we couldn't use momentary in that respect. Momentary does mean brief, but we can't use it in this sentence. See, let me try to think of how to use momentary. I actually use the word momentary with in voicemail messages. Please leave a message, and I will return your call momentarily.
Oh, no, I understood.
Yeah,
Yes.
So momentary, it means brief. It's short time, but it can't be used exactly the same way. So.
Okay, I get it.
Good, excellent. All right. Okay, Leticia, do you guys, either one of you, have a sentence?
Well, for example, in order to learn English, you should make a permanent effort.
English. In order to learn English, you should make a permanent effort. Yeah, in order to learn English, you should. How about this? I'm going to change it a little, okay? In order to learn English, you should realize that your effort. No, and I understand what you're trying to say, but I'm not sure I don't actually think we use permanent in that respect.
Okay.
So in order to learn English, you should realize that your effort will take a long time.
Okay.
Will be forever. So because we wouldn't actually use permanent in that respect. But
okay.
Let's see. Learning English classes. How about this? English classes will always be a permanent course in the school's curriculum. Just because everybody needs to learn English. So that's kind of how it would be. But what you had tried to say, it wouldn't. Is that what you were trying to say? Is you should realize that your effort will be forever?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, because it takes a lifetime to learn. So, but I used to live in Finland, and I'll tell you the joke another time. Never mind. So, okay.
Okay. How can I say? Timeless. Yeah. I think art is timeless in human culture.
Art is timeless in human culture. Okay. Okay. Human culture. Okay, that works. Leticia, I thought of your sentence. This is what you could do. Okay, in order to learn English, you should realize that it takes an eternity to learn.
Okay.
So eternal, everlasting. In that respect, from eternal, that's how you could do it. And then art is timeless, and human culture is perfect. So, it's a very simple sentence, okay, but it is perfect. So let's go on. Time phrases. We've got this is preposition. Prepositions. Do you guys find prepositions easy or difficult?
Difficult.
Difficult, yeah.
How about you, Victor?
Easy.
Easy. Okay, so in Ukrainian it's easy. So because I've heard that it really depends on whether it depends on the person's native language, whether it's easy or difficult. So okay. So number 1, Victor, could you do that one?
The doctor told me to rest at home for the time being.
For the time being, yes. Okay. And number 2, Leticia.
He can get a bit annoying at times.
At times, yes, perfect. And Ake.
By the time we were ready to leave, it had started to rain.
Perfect. And Leticia, number 4.
They entered the building one at a time.
One at a time, perfect.
Yeah.
And Victor, 5.
When we arrived, the match hadn't quite started yet. We got there just after time.
Actually, it's in time. We got there just in time. Okay, so let's go over some pronunciation here. So when we arrived.
When we arrived.
The match hadn't
quite started yet.
Yeah. So we got there just in time. So what is it? What is the difference, you guys, between in English between in time and on time?
In time, it means. I know that.
You understand? It's hard.
Maybe, I guess in time we can make it until that time, and on time we made it just on time. Is that time?
It's kind of the other way around. We in time is when you're running late, like this one. When we arrived, the match hadn't quite started yet. We got there just in time. So there was a chance that they, when you say in time, there's a chance that they could have missed the beginning. So on time means, okay, we arrived to work on time. We arrived to school on time. We get there right at the time that it needs to be. So another example for in time is the boss asked me to have the report done by 3 p.m. I got it to him just in time at 2:59. So in time implies that you were running late and you weren't sure you were going to make it on time. So. And it's kind of it's really hard to really hear the difference, but that's what as native speakers we understand when people use in time. Okay, number 6, Leticia, can you do that one?
Yeah, he makes the same mistakes time after time. He'll never learn.
Yeah, hopefully he will. Don't you think?
Yeah.
Number 8, Victor, could you do that one? No, number 7, Victor.
Sorry, I lost.
And number 7.
He arrived just a few minutes after I called him. He got here. He got here. By no time, maybe.
Actually, it's in no time. So if something is if he got here in no time, it means he was there like that. He was very, very quickly, snap, all of a sudden he was there. So there was no time that went by before he got there. So it was very quick. And Aka, number 8.
We are going to be late again. The bus is never on time.
Yes. So never leaves at the time he's supposed to. Okay. So which one of these phrases mean for the moment?
For the time being.
For the time being. So let's see. By the time, one at a time, in time, after time, in no time, on time. Yeah. Has to be. It is a correct. In single file. In single file. So, or in line is another one.
One at a time. Oh.
Yes. One at a time. Exactly. Okay, what is not late with a little time to spare before a specific deadline?
In time? No.
Yeah. In time. It's just but you're not late, but you could be. So, occasionally. What I'm thinking of isn't there from time to time. So, for occasionally.
Time
after time.
Time after time.
Is it correct?
Okay, time after time. Yeah, it is. Occasionally. So, and the next one, punctual, neither early nor late.
Sorry, I would say for occasionally, at times.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm having somebody came up to me. So where were we at? Occasionally. So I apologize. Somebody came up to me. Punctual. I'm sorry. I apologize. We're at where are we?
Yeah. Now, how can I say? Lexia asked about the word occasionally, definition of word occasionally.
Okay, occasionally
Yes.
is, yeah. I'm sorry, I apologize. Occasionally, basically, it means every once in a while. Or if something is occasionally, it means like he occasionally comes late. So one time he's late, one time he's not late.
Time after time or at a time. Maybe that's what you asked.
Time after time. Time after time. It could be time at. No time. He makes the same mistakes time after time. You wouldn't say time at time.
No, time after time. It's more like repeatedly. It's.
Yes. You're right. You're right. I made a mistake here. You are absolutely right. Thank you, Leticia. So occasionally would be at times. So he can get a bit annoying every once in a while. So at times. At times. So okay. And so punctual, neither early nor late, would be
on time.
On time, yeah. On time is E. And repeatedly would be time after time. I'm sorry about that. I had a family member walk up to me when we were talking about it. So
don't worry at all.
Very quickly would be
in no time.
In no time, yes. Yeah, G. And then when. That would be, of course, be this one.
By the time.
Yeah, by the time. When we were ready to leave, it had started to rain. So, okay. So, thank you very much for your time and attention. I'm going to show you a little bit. This is who came up to me. So it's almost 4 in the morning, and she was scared. So, so I apologize about that. This is my 6-year-old niece. So thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you. Bye.